Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It's season 17, episode 7, and today is a massive episode. First up, we've got the second leg of our Europa League quarter-final against Bayern Munich, the heavy favourites for this tournament, and the draw is so open if we get through. And as you can see, we got a win and a clean sheet in the home leg. But Bayern to beat us by more than one goal, I'd imagine that's potentially possible. So that's going to be the start of this one. And then it's back to domestic action. An FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. They're in poor form at the moment. They're throwing the Premier League away. And we are desperately hoping to get one over on them. If we get to the final, we'll likely be facing Liverpool, who have got Championship Crystal Palace in their semi-final. And then look at the horror run we've got in the Premier League. Liverpool away in 7th, Everton away in 5th, Tottenham at home in 9th having a poor season as we desperately fight for the top 4. And it's not just that as well. We then face Watford, Derby and Brighton. Watford have just beaten Arsenal despite being bottom of the league. Derby are a good side. I know they're 17th this year, but they've got something to fight for at the moment and they've often been in the top half. And Brighton the same. They were 7th last year until we nicked Harry Ensink, and now they're falling away dramatically. So if you are looking forward to this massive episode, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM20 content, including our new series with Cliftonville in Northern Ireland. That has taken over from the head coach in the last few days, and I am really getting excited for that now. A quick thanks as always to everyone that popped in for the live stream yesterday and for checking out the podcast content ahead of the new football season. But this is all about Dorking Wanderers. Bayern Munich v Dorking. And we have got a slender 1-0 lead to take into it. Let's have a quick look at our other results as well. Since the last episode, we drew 1-1 away at Wolves. It was Jeff Coppens who got the goal in that one. And we won 3-1 at home to West Ham United. Morale, Council and Marcos Paulo from the spot, putting us in a comfortable position. The Bayern match, we won 1-0. It was Zach Council who got that as well. And due to Lima's injury, he will be starting again today. So let's go and have a look at the lineup. It's going to be an important one for us. Bayern Munich slight favourites, as you would expect. Probably should be heavier favourites. And we are missing both Ensink and Lima today. So that's going to make our task doubly difficult. And of course, the fact that Gabriel Afonso switched out, we're going for our usual Europa League keeper. It means Fabrizio starts in goal. We've got Mazzino and Correa the fullbacks with Semedo and Baker at centre-half. Balters and Morale back in midfield. They both missed out at Wolves, but they were back in with a vengeance against West Ham and Bayern. Then Council on the right, the hero from the first leg. Stokic over on the left. And Cole Boyce back in as number 10. Marcos Paulo's on his own up front. Not in the greatest of form, but of course that penalty kept us in things in the Premier League. So let's get into the second leg at Bayern. A 1-0 lead means we can lose by 1 goal as long as we score, or we can draw or win to get through here. But Bayern, formidable opponents. Let's see if we can hold them off. 4-4-2 for our host today. A few different names to the first leg. A few probably more first team names if we're being honest. The skipper up front, Bonamy. I mean, he's a very good player. Not really played up front a great deal this season, but a very good player nonetheless, and earning more than our squad. So let's go and get into this. We're going to ask the boys to prove a point. They're a very good side, and they need to develop to their best here. As we're in Europe, away from home, we're just going to drop to balanced, and we're just going to try and get into the first half and hold off Bayern Munich, who have got the ball immediately at the back, and go out to Mansour on the right. Overlapping is the right back, and he's taking on Mazzino, and he makes it look easy. Gets the ball into the box, Bonamy's there, and he's blocked back to the edge, but it's still dangerous for us. Out to the right-hand side to Mansa. Gets it to the overlapping fullback, and he's got the chance to deliver again. Mazzino getting caught out. But the flag's up. Didn't look offside, and if so, is a bizarre timing for it. But we survived the first 5 minutes, and things so far, so good. And it's Fabrizio who picks the ball up at the back. Out to Correa and Semedo, headed long away to Starlands, and now Mansour picks it up on the right again. We've nicked it with Stokic though. Paulo holds it up to Morale. Of course, Paulo will know Bayern Munich well, having been playing for Dortmund, and he's got him from the through ball there. Oh, he scored, but I think he's offside. I think we're going to VAR here, and it's going to be ruled out. Oh, that's such a shame. It was a brilliant through ball, and it was a brilliant finish, but it's not to be. Still 0-0 on the night, and 1 goal, and we know this tie's probably over. And I know Bayern have dominated the stats here, but they haven't looked like scoring really. As Boyce picks it up to Correa on the right. He's nearly given it away, but he finds Morgan Morale, and he gives it into Balters. Balters switches to the left-hand side. Mitchell Baker's there. Out to Stokic on the left wing. Mazzino's overlapping, but he crosses alone. Oh, Zach Council was there. It's straight at the keeper. He's normally so reliable from those positions. He looks nervous tonight though, and that finish suggested so. Our first shot on target of the match, one of only 3 from both sides. And we haven't had much possession, but as it stands, we're going through. So let's tell the lads to prove a point, get out there for the second half, and the same performance again, we would be absolutely delighted, and probably them favourites for the Europa League. We of course won a domestic trophy last year in the Europa Conference, as Baker flicks Honest off the line in the end. The keeper seemed to be beaten by that. And we've still got that threat on the break. We've had another shot on target, 2 apiece now, but Bayern Munich on the front foot, and this is where it becomes risky. Bonamy back to the right back. Chance to deliver. He's gone into the box unopposed. His shot is awful. It's turned into a good cross in the end. Semedo gets it away, but it's only to Hartmann. Back to the edge of the box. That's a great strike. Oh, Marcus Allersberger that is. He might as well have been Thomas Hitzelsberger with that strike. What a fantastic goal. And on the hour mark, it is 1-1 on aggregate, and we are heading for extra time. But Bayern Munich have got their tails up now, and they're coming forward on the right, into Baker who heads away, and Morgan Morale gets there, bringing it forward down the left to Marcos Paulo. Drifted wide, so he's going to need support. Beats the fullback, he's into the box here. Paulo's going alone. Oh, he's at the post, but he drops straight for Zach Council. Marcos Paulo with unbelievable individual quality. Beat the keeper, it hit the post, and Council had to tap him from 6 yards. It is 1-1 on the night, and now Bayern Munich will need 3. So let's go and make our first change. Carl Boyce looks nervous. And I tell you what I'm going to do. Because Bayern have gone 3 up front here. So we need to be very careful with how we approach this. Mazzino will be a fullback on defend. Correa will be a fullback on defend. We're going to leave those 2 set in stone. We are also going to replace Boyce with Jonton. He will drop into the holding role. Where he's obviously natural. We know that. He'll be a deep line playmaker on defend. No, it'll be an anchor man. We'll leave him as an anchor man. Just have that back 5 sitting there, and then we'll let the rest go forward as normal. We're going to make sure we slow the pace down. We're going to make sure that we're time wasting. We just need to avoid conceding 2 goals here. There is nothing more we could do to be happier with this team. Let's drop that defensive line as well. There is no need for us to get excited now. This is our moment. We are beating the favourites in the Europa League, and they need 2 more goals to get through here. Stokic picks it up on the left-hand side. We're still a threat on the counter. To Council on the right wing, Stokic can't get there. It's hoof clear downfield. And Kruger picks it up. Over the top. Where's the defence gone? We've dropped our defensive line and our fullbacks. Fabrizio makes a good save as it happens. But that should not be so easy. Correa's getting caught out. I'm going to replace him with Pollock. Experience on at right back. I'm also going to replace Stokic, I think. White will come on the left wing. And he will be a winger on support. Council will do exactly the same. Can they both play on the midfield area, actually? Council can, and Aaron White can, yes. So, Aaron White and Zach Council are going to be wingers. 4-1, 4-1. This is proper defensive in Europe now. And by the looks of it, and the lack of highlights, we have stifled them perfectly. A brilliant away display in Europe. Bayern Munich 1, Dorking Wanderers 1 on the night. Dorking win 2-1 on aggregate. And that was a stunning away performance. Brilliant work. We are so pleased with the lads there. Marcos Paulo, individual magic. That's what we paid for. But a wonderful performance. And we are into the Europa League semi-finals. We'll find out our opponents later this week. But that is an absolutely incredible result. Over £1 million into the coffers as well. We'll deal with a press conference off camera. But there is no time to rest on our laurels and celebrate. Because we've got Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. We'll be at Wembley in 4 days' time. Mitchell Baker suspended, but we'll be back in a moment for the cup tie. Well, the other 3 quarter-finals have been played. Celtic have made it through from Scotland, Athletic Bilbao from Spain, and RB Leipzig from Germany. Getafe, Sporting and Rangers out, and as a result, we should now find out our semi-final opponents. We have drawn RB Leipzig. 3.5-star reputation, a good side, but presumably, because they started in the Europa League, they're not going to be better than Bayern. I mean, he's a very good player there. The number 10, he's someone we could look at, actually. We'll see if he plays well against us, but he might be someone worth looking at. Let's have a look at the players here. They have got an English player up front in Matty Greenwood. He is a very good striker, but never played for England. And if we put them in order of value, they've got another central midfielder from South Africa, who's very good. They've got Andre Luiz, a striker, who we did look at signing, is a brilliant finisher. And they've got a left back who's rated very well, or a left winger as he happens to be. A good side, but not as good as Bayern, and we would like to hope that we can win that one. So let's skip ahead to Sunday now. It's FA Cup time, and we'll be back to face City at Wembley. Ariente's condition, not good. Ryan Lima, not good. Balta's just fit, and Semedo just fit, so it might be a similar side to Wednesday night. However, we have got other news as well. In the FA Cup, Liverpool have won their game, which means that we will play Liverpool in the final should we get through. But also, if we look at the Premier League table, we've got a new favourite contender for the top 4. So Liverpool 3 points behind with the same games played. Liverpool are held at home to Derby County, and that means that they're a point behind us, having played 2 games more. Everton, though, did win, so they've played 2 games more, but they're 2 points above. So I think now it's probably between us, Everton and Liverpool for Champions League football. But let's get into the Man City game. That's more important. A big FA Cup semi-final on TV. Mitchell Baker, a star centre-half, suspended. But Manchester City have got an injury and suspension crisis. They've still got a world-class team. Let's not feel too sorry for them. But that can make things interesting. So everyone that played in midweek is fit. Though Roger Solly is in for Baker. What a moment for this guy. He's now actually rated better than Cohen Mertens. He is the third choice centre-half. So he will come in. Although Nick Haycock disagrees with that statement. So do I go with tried and trusted? Or do I go with wonderful potential? We've got to put the wonder kid in. Roger Solly, the youth academy player, will start the FA Cup semi-final. Mertens comes onto the bench. The same for Ryan Lima at the expense of Gleedle, I think. So one youth prospect gets a chance, one of them unfortunately drops out. And do we replace Carl Boyce? Because we have got good players available, but I don't know if any of them are better. So we're going to stick with the same team for the rest. One change in the lineup. Oh, the goalkeeper as well, sorry. Afonso in for Fabrizio. So we've got Afonso back in goal. And then at centre-half, we've got the suspended Baker replaced by Roger Solly. And aside from that, it's the same team that did brilliantly in Germany. So let's get into the FA Cup semi-final and see if we can make it to the final 2. We're becoming quite familiar with this 4-4-2 for Manchester City. Ansu Fati on the left wing. We had him with Chelsea in the head coach. And Florentino Luis, who we had with Barcelona in the head coach. Otherwise, Nogueira's the best defender in the world. Malakov we've tried to sign in the past. And Gibson we know all about. Phil Foden's still there on the bench. So we're going to ask the boys to prove a point. We're going to start positive because they're missing players. And we'll see just how well or badly we start. Into the first half we go. It's Dorking v Manchester City. Let's see how we cope with a packed Wembley. As we've got an early goal kick from Afonso. Playing out short, our new style of play. And it goes via Semedo to Correa. Into midfield to Boyce. Not getting many chances this season, but this is a big occasion. As Marcos Paulo drifts right. His cross is blocked and it's back to the goalkeeper. Malakov clears and Man City have beaten the press. And it's out to Fati, who's on the right now. Obviously switching wingers quite often. Good header in the middle, but Solly's been beaten. And now Gonçalves is in. And we should not have started Roger Solly. I'm already regretting it. The pressure has got to the kid. He's headed it and got caught out of position. And with 8 minutes on the clock, City lead 1-0. And we're demanding more after the first shot of the game. And now we've got injury trouble as well. Half an hour gone. We're having the better of the stats. City have only had that one shot. But Zach Council's got a knock. We know Lima's not really fit. And I don't know how we get around this. We're creating chances according to the stats board there. But we have not seen one highlight. And that has to be a problem. So let's go to the dressing room. We're going to aggressively say to prove a point. We've got a few motivated and a few keen. And Zach Council will be replaced by Ryan Lima. Into the second half we go. We have to score. 55 minutes on the clock and it is Correa at right back with a throw into Lima. Correa's overlapping him, picks it up at the byline. Chance to deliver. Waits too long, does he? No! It's into Marcos Paulo. And there's a poacher's finish. That's why we paid £71 million. Marcos Paulo, ahead of a world-class centre-half, nicks in front and makes it 1-1. Poacher's instinct and Marcos Paulo has delivered on the big stage. 25 minutes remaining, Boyce and Stockage both having stinkers and they're both going to come off in fact. Have we got anyone who can play number 10? Probably not. On the left wing, Aaron White can come on. He's going to be a winger on attack. And in a number 10 position, I'm going to go for Jeff Coppens. I'm going to drop Paulo in as a shadow striker. And up front will be Jeff Coppens on his own. That is a gamble, but with 20 left, we're dominating the match. and we're back on level terms with all the momentum. 4 minutes of stoppage time played. Ansu Fati 3 kick, well saved by Afonso, and that will surely be it now. The full-time whistle should have gone. I'm not quite sure why it hasn't, so if City score from this corner, we will be furious. As Gibson puts it in, Semedo wins it. Oh, it's dropped for Hall though. It has still dropped for them, and it's a good block. Away comes Aaron White, and that is the end of 90 minutes. A really good performance, a really good result, but now we've got 30 more, and after our midweek exploits, that's going to be difficult. Keys Balters is struggling the most physically by a long way, so Ewan Davey will come on for him as a midfielder. That gives us an attacking threat. It's a big gamble, but he can play naturally in central midfield, and we're going to try him here. And he's surging through the middle of the pitch here as we come back. Finds Marcos Paulo, plays a 1-2 with him. Ewan Davey goes back to the right back. That's a strange decision, but Correa still picks it up, and we've still got the ball, so no complaints. Morale out to the right to Lima. He's got to get through 75 as well, and that cross nearly finds Coppens, but not quite as poacher's instinct as Paulo. The clearance only finds Morale 30 yards out though. He goes left to Mazzino, and the highlight ends before we see anything else, as Phil Foden's experience comes on, and this is going to be a big moment for us, as Gabriel Afonso finds Semedo from the goal kick. Chance to play out from the back, and Semedo finds Ryan Lima. Two inside of him, one of them's Paulo. Surging into the opposition half, he's got men out on the left, but he's going alone as it stands. Paulo down the line to Aaron White. Two in the middle. White beats his fullback. He's got to deliver. He does go back to Morale. It's a good ball. Oh, what a save. Malakoff tips it over. It's brilliant goalkeeping. Morgan Morale thought he'd nicked it there. But we've got another corner now. 101 minutes on the clock. And it is going to be Morale to in-swing the delivery. To the front post. It's headed away as far as Solly, who of course was partly at fault for that early goal. And he gets caught there as well, as at half-time in extra time, it is Dorking Wanderers 1, Manchester City 1. We may well be heading for penalties. One final chance, 1 minute in extra time to go, as Coppens loses out in the air from the corner. Semedo picks it up on the right. He can't lose it there, and he has. Phil Foden's coming away, and City are breaking in numbers. We have to get a challenge in, and we do. Ewan Davey, the temporary midfielder, wins it back off Foden. He's surging down the right, gets to the byline himself, delivers a good ball. Aaron White scores. Oh, Malakoff, after a brilliant game, has dropped it in at his near post. And in the 120th minute, Dorking Wanderers are ahead. Oh, what a moment. We're going to drop White and Lima to midfield positions. That is incredible. Who else can we drop? We're going to drop Davey to a deep line playmaker. I do not know how to react to that. We did this against Bayern. We know how to defend it. But that is an unbelievable moment. So often we've been on the end of that in extra time. And now we've got a time waste. We've got to be disciplined. We've got to see this out. We have got to make sure we hold on. It's only a minute to go. But my word, we could be in the FA Cup final, and this could be the greatest episode of the series. To get through against Bayern Munich and Manchester City in two competitions, I think we might have made it to the elite level. And we have done it. Aaron White's 120th minute strike, the only one left in that squad who is nowhere near good enough. But he's put one in at the most crucial time. Marcos Paulo got us back on terms, and it was a brilliant performance. We dominated the game and matched Manchester City. And now we have got finals and semi-finals to look forward to in two big competitions. There is the confirmation. Dorking Wanderers 2, Manchester City 1 after extra time. But the problem is, we've got Liverpool in a crucial league game in 3 days. How on earth the lads recover, I just don't know. But there is the confirmation. It will be Liverpool we play in the final. We've got Zach Council injured just a few days. He'll be back in a week's time. And another £1 million in the coffers. Liverpool still chasing morale. So we'd like them to not get into Europe really. Because otherwise, they're going to be a side that are chasing all of our players next season. I don't think they've qualified through anything else. They haven't. So us beating them in midweek could be crucial for Morgan Morale's future. But either way, what a wonderful episode. Let me know if you can think of a better one than that. As we look at the schedule, we'll be back towards the end of the season for the second leg of the Europa League semi-final, providing it's not one-sided, and then for a big league game as we come towards the close. And then hopefully again, we'll finish the season with a double header of finals. The FA Cup final, and hopefully to follow the Europa League final. And this time, let's hope we can win a domestic one. So if you did enjoy that, 2 brilliant performances, 2 of the best of the series, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM20 content from this series and our new one with Cliftonville in Northern Ireland. I really have enjoyed that series so far, so if you haven't yet checked it out, please do give it a try in the eye above. And let me know in the comments what you thought of those displays here. Are we finally ready to be a world-class side? Finally, with the football season back up and running this weekend, we've got loads of content over on the podcast channel, pre-season predictions for all the EFL leagues and our weekly championship prediction series returning. That one is out this evening actually, so please do go and give it a try. We've got interviews with pros, matchday vlogs as well. There's plenty to get our teeth sunk into. But a massive thanks for your support with this series. It has been an incredible season so far, and it could just get a whole lot better as we head towards a dramatic finale.